What is poppin', BSNians? All right, y'all watch Milestone Generations? Here we go. We'll start off with the things that I liked so much. I love how much behind the scenes information it gave. Obviously, I'm a huge Milestone fan. I love Dwayne McDuffie. I consider myself a personal Dwayne McDuffie enthusiast. And Static Shock is my favorite superhero of all time. So there were lots of things in this documentary that I already knew going in. But there are also things that I learned. For instance, Dwayne McDuffie is commonly seen as the Milestone guy. And rightly so, because he was their most talented writer and editor, and he had the something extra that takes something normal and ascends it, makes it transcendent. He had that. But it was Dennis Cohen who was initially pioneering the whole thing. It was Dennis who invited Dwayne in to this whole idea. But I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And honestly, that's super dope. So often in America, we are trained to look at people in terms of the one. Who's the one person who made all this possible? And so them taking the time to be like, no, it wasn't really like that, is very important because it's inspiring. It lets us know that teamwork is always necessary. Even if you have the guy who's got the sauce, like Michael Jordan on the Bulls. He was very clearly that dude that no one else could touch. But he needed Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. You know what I mean? So Dwayne McDuffie might have been Michael Jordan, but he still had a squad, and I appreciated knowing that. Another thing was Reginald Hudlin. I'll be honest with you guys, when they announced that Reggie was coming in to be a part of Milestone 2.0, I was very confused. I'm like, this dude is a movie director. Like, what's he doing here? Come to find out that he was supposed to be around for Milestone 1.0, but he couldn't do it because he's doing a little movie called Boomerang, which is one of the greatest movies of all time, one of the greatest love stories of all time, and one of Eddie Murphy's crowning achievements. So finding that out was also pretty cool. Only a couple things I really had an issue with, and I'm not even saying that they're bad things. One was the fact this is very obviously an infomercial, like a visual pamphlet of things you should know before the more expensive Milestone projects come down the pipeline. Might not be bad. I don't know. I just didn't care for it. But also, it was very obviously curated. Like, there was nothing about the beef between Milestone 2.0 and Dwayne's McSpouse. And I really wanted to know about that. How it happened, why it happened, but most importantly, how it got resolved. Personally, I feel like that's a gigantic piece of the story. But nonetheless, it was a very, very inspiring piece of work. As a Dwayne McDuffie enthusiast and a writer seeking to embody everything that he was, the fact that he was known as the guy to get it done brings me no end of joy. Good storytelling, quality writing, and powerful editing cannot be overstated. Dennis said it himself. Do we want more people to know about Static Shock? We gotta bring in Dwayne.